Hi everyone, Anna Brandt here. Thanks for tuning in. I'm in my home, and last we checked, we have over 20 countries that are tuned in right now to this live broadcast. Thank you so much for taking time out to watch. I had thought about doing this, but really wasn't sure what to do, and then I kind of sat on it for a couple of days and made a bunch of notes and decided why not help out some new mamas who can't get photos taken. I have my stand-in baby here. I own 3 stand-in babies, one for each of my 3 children. And I'm going to be showing you, I actually wrapped her in a swaddle like you would have at home, like a muslin swaddle, to show you, and I can unwrap and redo it again so that you can see. Right now, what's happening in our world is heartbreaking for so many levels. For everybody who has lost someone that they loved, my heart aches for you. If you know somebody who is sick, I'm praying every single day for people around the world. I pray that you just stay healthy, and I know that we all know that this is going to change our lives forever, how we behave, how we treat each other, even just wearing masks. Now we have to wear masks in public. This June, I'll be a photographer for 20 years. I was a hobbyist for 10 years before I went pro. I have 3 teenage children. They are 15, 17, and 19. When I became pregnant, I had already been a photographer. I didn't really know much. I had a used camera from eBay. I didn't have an iPhone. There wasn't social media, and there certainly wasn't all of the amazing videos that you see on YouTube and around the world. The education that is out there now is unbelievable. When I started, I had nothing. I had, like I said, a used camera, and I had a love for photography that I had since I was 15 years of age. For those of you who don't know me, I'm born and raised in New York. I was happy to be adopted by an amazing family who have made me the person that I am today. I do not have any photos of myself under 5 years of age, and didn't really realize that it would be my life's mission to capture visual history. And that is what we are doing, whether you are an amateur photographer, a professional photographer, a hobbyist, whatever. Anytime you pick up that phone, you are capturing part of our life around the world. How many times have you seen iPhone photos and videos, make the news? America's Funniest Videos is a show where people have made millions off of people's home videos. We've been capturing our lives since for hundreds and thousands and millions of years. And whatever country you live in, wherever you are, it's all the same. We want to capture our life. We want to hang photos on the wall. We want to capture this moment, whether it's a cat or a dog or a baby or someone you love. You want to capture it. Why do you want to capture it? Because it's a moment that means something in your life. And you say, oh my gosh, I just want to freeze this moment in time. How can I do that? When I was a teenager, I started taking photos because I didn't have any. And I didn't even know why I was taking it at the time. I definitely didn't have those answers when I was a teenager. But I was in a new family with new siblings and new parents. And my adopted father is from Argentina. My adopted mother, her family is from Norway. So my dad is the only one in the United States. So taking photos was a big deal in my house. So we had a lot of family dinners together. We were definitely raised with a very South American upbringing, eating 9 o'clock at night, having siestas on Sunday. And my grandmother took so many photos. She was our family historian. And the photos would always go back to South America, always go back to the family. They always wanted to see, who the adopted ones were and who the whole family was. And so I was raised with people capturing my image. And the minute I could do that, I started doing that. I had no intention of becoming a professional photographer. I had no intention of traveling around the world. When I had gotten married, I hadn't even been outside of the country. That was 21 years ago. I had never left the country. So now I look at how far I've come in the past 20 years, and I've been now to over 40 countries, and my children have been around the world 5 times. My son now does video and film and travels around the world himself on his own to many different countries, and his passion and love is documentaries, and he'll tell you that he wants to capture stories, and he's 19 and he has such a passion. He's not just interested in video, he's interested in capturing stories of whatever the subject is. And so here we are, we're in this unique situation where photographers technically, legally, are not supposed to be out shooting. We're the only essential businesses are supposed to be working right now. And you can argue what an essential business is, but the government has clearly listed what those are. I actually went to the governor's page yesterday to see what actual essential businesses were. I discovered it wasn't my nail salon, so I do have bare nails. And it certainly wasn't my hair salon, so I blow dry my own hair. But it definitely wasn't photography studios. So photographers around the world were hurting on so many levels. Obviously financial, many of us rely on our income from capturing your images to sustain a living. And for some photographers, it's the only living they have, and they have to figure out how they're gonna pay for their groceries. And whatever your situation is, I know it's not just photographers, it's non-essential businesses everywhere are financially hurting. And for that, all I can do is pray that we can get better as a country. The best way we can move on is obviously to stay home as much as humanly possible. When you do go out, wear masks, limit your contact, and hopefully we can get through this together as a nation. For photographers, I'm a photographer, so I'm going to speak for photographers. We ache, not from just the financial perspective, but because of babies. I was doing something the other day and one of my own videos popped up and I heard the baby crying, and it was the weirdest feeling in the world. All of a sudden, my whole body just like shook. There's like a bug in here. Maybe Alex will shut that door. There's like a bug in here. My whole body just, it was weird. 20 years I've never felt that. The cry, it was my client's video, and I teach online, and so I was looking at uncut footage. And I heard the baby crying, and I get emotional just thinking about it. I like started to get emotional. I was like, oh my gosh, I miss the baby's cry. I miss the baby's cry. So for photographers, we ache. We miss the cry of your babies. We miss the wrapping, the holding. We miss the children. Oh, the children. My clients have some of the most amazing children. I think of some of the little ones that come in and just tell me how amazing they are. And we miss that. That's part of our lives. And so, you know, if you're a photographer, you're probably nodding your head going, yeah, I miss that. If you're a photographer and you happen to have a baby at home, you're probably feeling so many different things. You're probably kind of happy that you can be at home and take care of your baby, but then you're probably sad that you can't have family and friends visit. And it's probably a very lonely, isolating feeling. And so luckily we can get online, and there's Zoom calls happening around the world, and there's live chats, and there's videos, and people are probably finding more ways to connect now more than ever. I'm seeing the pictures of people visiting the grandparents outside the window, and you know, reaching out. I was gardening with my daughter the other day, and I said, oh, let's send video to my parents. I'm working on a digital frame for my parents. So my gift for Mother's Day to my mom, and I'm going to do one for my dad, is to do a digital photo frame, and I'm doing videos and clips right now so that I can send it to them. I said that to Ava when we were gardening, and that night my mom fell, and she's in the hospital right now. And so no one can visit her, obviously. Sorry, I didn't mean to get so emotional. So say a prayer for my mom. She broke her arm. She'll be okay. My dad has cancer, and so they have an aide that comes to their home. But you know, my dad cannot leave the home anyway. So my siblings and I'm sorry. Can I have a tissue, Alex? Yeah, Alex. 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 Can I have a tissue? Ma'am, in my bathroom. Or just grab a paper towel. Just grab a paper towel right there. Whew. I did not expect to get so emotional so quick. I apologize. I don't know where this bug came from. It's driving me crazy. Thank you. Okay, so this is real. This is life. I'm in my home. My daughters took my dogs to the dog park. Did they take their masks? I hope so. Yeah. Okay, good. So we'll say a prayer for my mom that she gets home to my dad soon. If you have a loved one in the hospital and you can't visit them or somebody, try just to think of different ways that you can reach out. We're going to do photos today, do some video, and just to the people around the world making masks and helping single parents get groceries and just whatever you can do. We have one of our former staff, Stephanie, making masks night and day. Bless her heart. She has 2 children. And I was like, I have elastic at the studio, I have fabric, I have all sorts of things. My own seamstress has made me masks that I picked up this morning. I know that sewers around the world, everyone's just trying to do the best that we can. And you know, everything happens for a reason. Whatever the reason is, here we are. So I just pray that we're all just a little bit stronger after this. Maybe we're a little bit more empathetic. And maybe, just maybe, we turn around stronger than ever before. So, with that being said, today is about photographing your newborn at home. And the reason that I wanted to do this is because I know that there are many of you that have newborns. I don't get on Facebook that much, only because I feel like I lose years of my life when I go on Facebook. But I've been on Facebook a little bit more recently because I'm home. And I'm seeing in the moms groups tons of activity, not just in the moms groups, everywhere, of people going, I want to capture photos. This bug, I want to know where this bug came from. We have this electric fly swatter that I brought from Brazil. Where is it? I have no idea. But it's an electric fly swatter. Alex, you're going to do this on live TV? A live video? Oh my gosh. This is real life. You lost it. And why is he around me? Is it because I just showered? I don't know where the electric fly swatter is. It might be in that drawer where the barbecue is. There's a really wide drawer over there. It's like the widest drawer in my kitchen. Jeff uses it all the time. Wow. I'll have to decide if we're going to cut this out on the recording. Do you see if... We had left the door open and the bug is like, he's like, oh, it's nice and warm in here. So anyway, I'm seeing in the moms groups, not just the moms groups, everywhere, people going, I want to capture, I'm not getting any newborn photos. And, you know, of course, there's the conversation, when the order is lifted, will you still do more newborn photos? Some people are saying yes, some people are saying no. I'm saying, yeah, absolutely. When the order is lifted and I can resume my job, I will absolutely. We have cleaning crews, you know, around the clock. We wear masks. We're super careful. Oh, Alex, can you grab my apron too? Whenever we would go to Asia, like I said, we would wear masks, and I teach workshops. So we have baby clinics where we provided aprons for our clinics, and I decided to make them for just everyday photography as well, because then I can keep the pacifier in the pocket and all sorts of other things. We're working on this little photographer's kit that has my favorite hand strap, aprons, hair bands, and all sorts of things. So of course we'll be careful, have our aprons, have our masks. Alex is here with me. He's wearing a mask now. I'm not wearing a mask only because I can talk to you. It'd be so much easier at the moment. But we absolutely will. We have masks and gloves at our studio, and we'll just make sure that we are super careful. But this is for really anybody who wants to learn how to capture their newborn at home. I'm going to give you some tips and ideas. And whether you're a mom just aching for newborn photos, please capture them. And then when you can go to visit a photographer when the order is lifted, please do. Babies, you know, as photographers, we always say, oh, when is the best time to photograph a newborn? 7 days, 10 days, 14? What is the perfect age to capture a newborn? And here's the deal. Newborns are newborns by definition for 6 weeks. So technically you have a newborn for 6 weeks. In Asia, they technically don't bring babies out for 30 days. And that is changing more and more and more. But I remember the first time I went to China 4 or 5 years ago, pretty much every baby they handed me was a 1-month baby. And that was kind of the deal. And you know, when I started 20 years ago, we started with 6-week babies. So it's only been the past 8, 9 years where we've kind of brought that in less and less and less. I think the youngest baby I photographed was 2 days. I forget what country I was in, but 2 days. I was on stage in Brazil, photographed 4-day twins. So obviously if a premature baby, you have adjusted age. I have photographed many premature babies at 3 months very successfully. Just recently I did, about a month ago or so, I was a 3-month baby. I think adjusted age was 2 or 3 weeks. So if you have a premature baby, there is an adjustment age, and usually the premature parents will know what that adjusted age is. But ideally, you can capture a baby at any age. I decided to work on a guide called Beyond the 14 Days. It will be available for free tomorrow. I'll distribute it to all of the channels that you're watching this. And what I did was I pulled my favorite images of babies to, I think I went 3 or 4 months. I have another guide I'm working on called Babyhood, which is I think 6 months and up. I'll have to look at both guides, but either way, they're going to cover both areas and give you lots of ideas and sample images. And I've had to push my own clients' newborn sessions back, and I've told them, yeah, your baby's probably going to be 5, 6 weeks, 7 weeks, 8 weeks. The baby on the cover of Beyond the 14 Days was a 5-week baby with an amazing client of mine. Her first newborn, I photographed her in her home in Brooklyn in a teeny tiny space like this, using her kitchen window. And then her second baby, she was moving from New York to California, and we couldn't coordinate until her husband came, and the baby was 5 weeks, and we had a beautiful session. So you don't stress. If you're stressing like, my baby was just born and my baby's 3 weeks, 4 weeks, don't stress. If you can go to a professional photographer when this order is lifted, please do. Please support our photographers. I know that many photographers around the world, including myself, are offering gift certificates and sessions at a discount. You can buy them on my website at a discount. I know photographers around the world are doing this. Reach out to your favorite photographer and say, hey, can I buy a gift certificate for a future session? They're going to say yes, and they'll probably give you a good deal, which will really come in handy down the road. Every penny counts. So you can still capture amazing images. And you know, I have lots of clients that miss the newborn stage because of postpartum, because their baby was in the hospital, because their babies had surgery. I mean, over 20 years, there isn't a story that I haven't heard or been a part of. So please understand that, as I said in the beginning, we're capturing people's visual history, and that is important at any age. My favorite subject of all time was my grandfather. He lived till he was 97 years of age. Lived in his home till 97. He was hands down my favorite subject to this day. My second favorite subject was my firstborn nephew, who is now in the late 20s. So please just capture your life while we're here and while we're living it, because there's no guarantee of tomorrow. With that being said, I am going to show you how I take pictures using natural light in the home. I'll do some pictures with my iPhone as well. My middle daughter, Olivia, my 17-year-old, loves to, actually Evan does too, they love to edit on the phone. So I actually have Lightroom on my phone for editing. So you can always download Lightroom. There's all different kinds of phone tools that you can download to your phone, and you can edit. You know, recently my daughter turned 15, so we wanted to take photos. So I told my daughters the only way we could do that is if we got up at sunrise, so nobody was out and we could go take photos. So we got up at 5:30 in the morning and we went to Balboa Island. There was nobody around. There was one garbage guy. That was the only person on the street. And we captured photos for the first hour before the sun rose. And it's interesting because we were trying to capture the sun rising, and then there's the darkness of the person. And Liv, my 17-year-old, was like, don't worry, Mom, keep me dark, you know, exposed for the sun, because I'm going to go in Lightroom and I'm going to edit everything. And it was really fascinating to just watch her brain. She's been editing on Lightroom on the phone, and she's a fabulous editor, fabulous. She takes amazing photos on her phone. So even if you don't have a camera, you can use your phone. There's nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it. Years ago, I had a client, we were decorating all her walls. I think we've done, 7, 8 walls in the home. And half of those walls were from photos from her iPhone. She would go on holidays, vacations with her family. She would take gorgeous photos on her phone. She'd send me the files. I think the biggest I blew up was 30 by 40 canvases. And her home, oh my gosh, you should see her home. I'm sure I have it on Pinterest somewhere. Gorgeous photos around her home. I used my professional canvas supplier because she didn't want them to fade. That's why you have to be careful of using inexpensive canvas or print houses because they could fade. So she sent her iPhone images to me and we blew them up. And that's another thing too, is if you can only capture good photos and maybe they're a little underexposed or maybe they're a little overexposed, send them to your photographer. I know lots of photographers are editing. I do it all the time for my clients. I've done wedding albums for my clients. I don't shoot weddings. I've done canvases of their home photos. I've done all sorts of things. I've made baby books of their home. I'm going to be releasing this week a baby book that is a digital baby book that you can fill in all of your milestones and add your own photos. We'll be making that available this week. So there's so many things that you can do. And if you can't do them on your own, just capture the images and send them to a photographer and say, hey, can you help me? I guarantee you they're not going to say no, especially because a lot of photographers have a lot of time in their hands right now. Me, I feel like I don't have a lot of time because I have so many projects and so many things to do that I feel like I'm running out of time, but that's just me. Let's get going. A couple of notes. I did leave a safety note slide. If you're signed up for bellybabyschool.com. That's my online learning resource, and this course is free there. So if you want the recording and you want the downloads, because I'm going to be putting some downloads in there, and I'm actually going to be doing some editing videos of what I shot today and showing you some editing videos on the iPhone. That'll all be held at bellybabyschool.com. You can sign up for free. You don't need to put your credit card in. You don't need to put up your email in. Nothing. You just click it. I can see who's registered for this course, so I can email those who are registered for this course and say, hey, the downloads are up, and I will do that. But there's no obligation to buy anything. I just want to tell you where everything is going to be, because a lot of people are asking me, where can I download this guide? Where can I figure out how to edit? Where? Feel free to sign up for this course at bellybabyschool.com. That way you'll see the recording. I can answer any questions you have, and I'm happy to support you beyond today. If you're a mom at home trying to take photos, upload them, send them to me. I'd love to see them. Say, Anna, what am I doing wrong? I would love to coach you and help you as much as I can. I don't know how much time I have, but I'm happy to help. A couple of things. Don't use flash. Please don't use direct flash. I am using a Canon 5D Mark IV. But keep in mind that you can use any camera. I just want to say that if you have pop-up flash, can you turn that off or tape it down? You don't want to ever use direct flash in a baby's eyes. I do use pro photo lighting in my studio. I'm contemplating doing another at-home course with lighting. I'll think about it. If the demand is there, I'll bring my light from my studio and show you how to shoot at home with lighting. If you're interested in that, let me know. Profoto is one of the only brands I know in the world that has UV coating that doesn't hurt a baby, but regardless of what studio light you're using, you always want to use it with a modifier, some type of diffuser, so that there's no direct flash on baby. And I know that all photographers do that, and newborn photographers are always safe to make sure that there is a modifier on. So if you have your bulb and then the modifier is here, many times it's 4 to 6 feet between the bulb and that modifier, whether it's an umbrella or a softbox, and then it's another 3 to 6 feet to the baby. So you shouldn't need to worry, but I will just say don't use direct flash on your camera or your phone, please, because you don't know if that's harmful to the babies. So what we're going to do is, I had written notes to see if just kind of what I want to tell you. I want to tell you just from the very beginning, wrap. I wrapped this in a swaddle. I'm going to unwrap and show you how I did it. I did bring some wraps from my studio, and I have some wraps that we cut out of fabric. I am going to measure them for you and tell you measurements of these wraps so that will help you. If you have any type of stretch knit, a stretch knit sheet, you can make your own wraps. You just want stretch. This muslin doesn't have stretch, so you can still wrap with a muslin. So this isn't to tell you to go buy things, but I will tell you that many vendors have supply and have things that ship right away. I bought this super cute Easter outfit a week ago from K2C Blooms, and I got it already. I went into my studio to clean, and it already came. And this was, I don't even think this was a week ago. How cute is this? And I was like, I can't even shoot on Easter, but how cute is this? Because there's going to be babies born on Easter. How cute is this set? So I know that there's tons of vendors. I think, put a link, or we'll put a link to our ultimate vendors because she's one of our ultimate vendors, that they all have discounts going on right now. And if you go to thecreativenewborn.com, it's my blog, thecreativenewborn.com. You can see all of our ultimate vendors and all of their discounts. And if they have it in stock, I think that they'll ship it pretty quickly. This is from Anita Props in Italy. And she's actually doing some fabulous YouTube videos right now showing you how to make your own felted items. So check out Anita Props. She's amazing, and she's showing you how to do this. So if you want to pick up a new skill, now would be the time to do this. I'm teaching photographers how to teach online around the world. If you can create, you can teach. I don't care if you make the best pasta sauce in the world, if you know how to fix cars, if you know how to refinish floors, you can teach that online. The online teaching industry is expected to be $325 billion by 2025. So one of the things I've been doing in the AnnaBrandtLeadershipAcademy.com is teaching other people who have a skill and a talent how to teach online. You can start teaching online now. There's so much we can do right now. What I always do in every newborn session is I always wrap first. Always. Now, it's a little different if you're at home, because if you're at home and let's say baby's passed out, you can start taking pictures right away, but you may want to put them in a cute outfit before they pass out. So you kind of have to have a little strategy, because I remember being at home with my son. I didn't have a studio when I had my son. So in the beginning, all my photo sessions were flops, because he'd be asleep and then I'd go, oh, I should put this cute outfit on him. And by the time I put the cute outfit on, he'd wake up and there would go my photo session. So each day was like a new, how do I fix this? So then I was like, the night before, I'd plan out his photo sessions and I'd be like, oh, I'm going to get this cute outfit on him. So then I'd wait till like that 5 a.m., 6 a.m. feeding. I would feed him, change him in his photo shoot outfit, let him go back to sleep, and then his morning photo shoot, he'd already be dressed. You have to be careful though, because they can't really sleep in like pretty dresses, but what you could do is put her in a pretty dress and then swaddle her and put her to sleep. You want to be safe, so you want to make sure that you're not like adorning her and then putting her to sleep. Maybe put her in a cute outfit, him in a cute outfit, swaddle them up, and then when they're sleeping, unwrap, okay? You definitely don't want to wrap too tight. I'm going to talk about just some simple things like keeping hands under the face and just some basic photo shoot guidelines. You want to keep it warm. It's really warm in here right now because the sun is coming in. I don't have any air on right now. But don't ever use heating pads, because heating pads, you can't feel how the heat is affecting the skin. So you never want to use heating pads, and try not to overheat a baby. If you see their hair getting wet, they feel like they're sweating, they're overheated. So you don't want to overheat a baby, and you don't want to make them too cold either. You want a nice warm temperature. Always advise your pediatrician what the correct temperature is. Last thing is you always want to keep their airways clear. Keep an eye on their breathing and their swaddling and their wrapping, and make sure that the positions that you're doing, that everything is doing well. And please try to have somebody with you. You should have somebody in attendance if you're trying to do photos. I'm going to see if we can go shoot outside. I don't know, it's really bright out right now, but I had put some props because I'm going to work on some digital backgrounds. I made this gorgeous green moss dream catcher. Then I'm going to shoot my goal is to shoot some digital backgrounds. I made this hammock that had Alex cut it down to newborn size. I'll show you that. So I would like to, I can probably find some shade out there, and I can show you how to do some pictures outside. But safety is super important. We want to keep those babies healthy. So if you are going outside, just go outside in your home. Make sure there's no bugs. Watch pets around your babies, and have somebody with you for sure. I think those are all of my notes. If you have any questions, please let me know.
Say the prop name again.
Oh, of this one?
I think it was Anita Props.
So this is Anita Props. Can you see that, Alex?
Pull it back, in the light it's blown out.
You see that?
Yeah.
And she has a YouTube video. I know that I'm going to do an interview with her on her channel. I have a bunch of interviews and articles to do while I'm kind of off. And this is K2C Blooms. Can you see that? See, she gave me a 10% off code. 10% K2C Blooms. If you go to thecreativenewborn.com, both of these are ultimate vendors of ours, and they both have discounts. On thecreativenewborn.com, scroll down and you'll see spring special. Okay. I also wrote an article of how to capture your pregnancy at home on thecreativenewborn.com, so you can check that out as well. And now's the time for gift giving. I mean, buying cute gifts and sending it to parents who are home. Okay, so I'm going to show you a couple of things. Chucks. You can get these on Amazon. These are not puppy pee pads. Puppy pee pads have chemicals in them. These are medical grade chucks, and there's no chemicals in them. And hospitals use them for bedwetting. You can get these on Amazon. This is what I would always bring to a home session because I never want to soil my client's bedding. And we use them in our studio on our changing table so that we throw it away between each client, because on the changing table, I don't want clients sharing the same changing table. So my clients, you know how obsessed I am. My doctor clients years ago, gosh, maybe 7 years ago, told me about chucks, and I'm forever grateful for them. So this is what we use for changing pads, changing tables. If I'm holding a naked baby and I'm trying to get baby asleep naked, I usually will tell mom, I'm gonna undress baby completely naked, wrap in the chuck. You nurse the baby wrapped in the chuck naked. They fall asleep, they're milk drunk, and then you can pose them naked. So that's super important. With the naked posing, if you don't want to soil anything, use nursing pads. So you can just use a little nursing pad and put it just right under the baby's bum, and then they won't soil everything. So that's good to have, as well as nursing pad. I opened up my baby boutique, so you can go to theboutique.annabrandt.com, and we have tons of things all in stock, ready to ship, including some of my baby outfits that I'll show you. And yoga socks. I'm wearing a pair now. The reason I use yoga socks is I don't want to be bare feet for sanitary reasons. I don't want to be wearing shoes inside for sanitary reasons. And so I use yoga socks at my studio and at home so I don't slip. I'm on the yoga ball. I'm going to tell you about this yoga ball in a second. Obviously, hand sanitizer, which is great if you're wearing an apron because you can just stick it in your pocket. I have 2 white noise gloves. Obviously, thank God I have a lot of medical friends that had given me a lot of these things before all this happened. I have 2 types of white noise. I have the shusher, brace yourself. And then I have the white noise machine. What's the difference? Do I have to have 2? You do not, hold on. You do not need to have 2. I use this for the noisy, cranky babies, the ones that want the shushing in the ear, that shh. You can only do that so many times, and now is not the time you want to be shushing in someone's ear. This is definitely, you don't want to be shushing in someone's ear. So you need at least some kind of shusher. So this is the kind of what we'd use for our noisy, cranky babies. And this is just good old white noise that if I have a pretty content baby and they're happy, we just put this on because it's more soothing and it's less irritating and doesn't make me want to throw it out the window. Now, if you say, can I use my phone? Absolutely. There's an app called White Noise. Let's see if I have it on this phone. I used to. But I am going to tell you one thing. I do. So there's different types of white noise. The only thing I'm going to tell you is try to use a Bluetooth speaker. I don't believe in putting phones next to babies because we don't know what any radiation or what would affect a baby's brain. And I just feel like there's not enough studies of people putting phones by baby's brain. So I had a client years ago, I had the phone like that, and she was like, do you know if that's harmful to the baby? The minute she asked me that, I never used a phone near a baby again. I was like, I don't know. I don't have the answer for that. So Bluetooth speaker, I have a Bluetooth speaker at home. I have a Bluetooth speaker in my studio. I was at a client one time, they had it playing on the iPad. So, am I in the sun, Alex?
Yeah, I mean, it just keeps shifting.
I know. That's the joy of natural light. So you can, if you can't get a white noise, use it on your phone. I brought some felted props with me if I want to put it in baby's hands. And I think that's all in my bin. Okay, so we're going to get to work. I'm going to show you diffuser. So here's the thing with natural light. is I never shoot with bare natural light. So I have diffusers, and I have ones in my car. The one that was in my car is so dirty. I'm going to show it to you, but it's my beach one. It's very dirty. I have clean ones for the home that I bring the clients home, and then I have dirty ones for the beach. And of course, there goes the light again. But even regardless, I always use some kind of diffuser between the natural light and the baby. Why? Because it's softer. I guarantee you it's softer. I've been shooting natural light since I was 15 years old. If you don't have a diffuser, you can use a curtain, a sheer curtain, a sheer anything, and just tape it to the window. We're gonna tape my diffuser outside of the window. Oh, I told you, Alex, I was gonna get tape. Check in the butler area, that to the right. There should be tape over there in the butler pantry on the right. We're gonna tape, so go to the right past the oven. We're gonna tape the diffuser to the outside of my window, okay? I'm gonna show you the swaddle. So look at my baby. Isn't she cute? You have tape? Okay, we'll tape it to the outside. But should we show them my dirty diffuser so they know what it is in case they say, yeah. But keep in mind, if you don't, you have a sheet. Look at her. Isn't she beautiful? I love her. I forgot headbands. I brought one headband from the studio. This is from my boutique. So look at this swaddle. This is just a regular muslin swaddle. Both of these are from my baby boutique, but you have swaddles at home. I know you do. If you have a new baby at home, you have a swaddle. You also have a boppy. So see my dirty diffuser? This is for the beach. And then it just kind of curls up like this. But if you don't have time to get a diffuser, I'm telling you, a sheer curtain. You have one somewhere. If you don't, you can get one. The cheaper, the better. You want something that allows the light to go through, okay? So, Alex, you're gonna go tape this, but I'm gonna show them the wrapping. So is the camera on me? Oh, I wanna show you this yoga ball. So I use yoga balls in my studio, if you know. I travel with them around the world. This is actually from the Baby Bump company, and it has feet. Isn't that great? Because a lot of my clients are like, oh, I have a yoga ball in the garage, or I'm afraid I'm gonna fall off or roll off. So these are now in my store, thebabyboutique.annabrandt.com. And I know there's a 15% off coupon somewhere. I don't know what it is, but I'll find out. Just ask me and I'll give it to you. And it has feet. And we have these in stock. And so they're wonderful. And so I talked to this owner because I'm going to be helping her with some product shots. And these are made in Italy, and they don't smell. They actually smell really good. So she was saying a lot of the yoga balls that come from China have that cheap, plasticky, gross smell. This has no smell. It actually smells amazing, and they're made in Italy, and they're gorgeous. And they have different colors. So I always use a yoga ball because if baby gets fussy, this is what I do. I just bounce. So if you have a baby at home, you probably have a boppy. So I was trying to think when I was going to teach today, I was trying to think, well, what can I use that people have at home? Because I didn't want to bring like my Paloma shell beanbag that I love from Brazil. I'm not going to bring that at home because no one has that at home. So I'm using everything that you can get at home. This, yeah, that's good. This is from Pottery Barn, this beanbag. Can you see this beanbag? Alex is outside. Let me check. Oh, you can. Let's bring it. You cannot see it. Okay, you can't see the beanbag. See, there's the diffuser. All right, we're going to wait till Alex comes in so he can show you the beanbag because you cannot see the beanbag. Alex, they can't see the beanbag. They can't see the beanbag. Okay, baby. I can't remember what her name is. This is Stand-In Baby. You can go to standinbaby.com. Standinbaby.com. So I'm just showing you the beanbag. So this beanbag is Pottery Barn, and it comes with this cover that's removable. And actually, now that it's home, I can wash it again. And this, gosh, I'm ready for a new one. This is a small cover with a large insert. Small cover, large insert, and it was from Pottery Barn Teen Department. But a lot of people have beanbags at home. So I want a nice good well. Can you see that, Alex?
Yep.
I want a nice good well because I want the baby to get in there. And then this is actually from Mimosa House Fur. And he's local in California and he has tons in stock. So you could probably get it pretty quickly, or you can just use your own home blanket. But normally I would put a bowl under here, and I forgot to bring bowls from the studio. You could even use like a big fruit bowl. No, but I wanted to use something they have at home. Because if I bring a prop, that's like a basin. Yeah, but I don't know if it's deep enough. But that's okay. I brought a boppy because I tried to think of, I brought myself back 20 years ago. What did I use before the prop industry exploded? This is what I used, boppy. So I would put a boppy in because it's kind of like a bowl. And then I have room for the baby. So I'm going back to my good old days, 20 years ago. So, oh, you want to see how I swaddled this? So see, do we have any questions or are we good? I will re-swaddle. Yep, okay. So in Belly Baby School,
The yoga ball you're selling?
yeah, it's at theboutique.annabrandt.com. The boutique. So is this swaddle. The swaddle is at theboutique.annabrandt.com. So is this head thing, and they're all in stock. And we still have people shipping every day because we have a store that goes worldwide. My staff is working in their own spaces, so they don't ship every day. They ship. I have an assistant working part-time, so she goes in and ships, I think, like 3 days a week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Size of the beanbag?
That's a good question. If you go to the boutique... Oh, the beanbag. Oh, I had told them Pottery Barn Teen Department, large insert, small cover. Can you text Evan and remind him we're live? Can you hear him? Yes, Evan's.
I don't know if they can.
Can you hear my son? He of all people, and he's live. Well, he's live. He's live with his friends right now. So let's remind him that we're live. And then Alex, do you want me to move so they can see me wrapping?
Yeah, I think back up maybe so you're more in the shade. Because
Okay.
with you in the shade and the baby in the light, it's just,
A mess.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll put all the resources in Belly Baby School. Look, my daughter painted this for me. Isn't that fun? On my Hydro Flask. That's what she's been doing in her spare time. She's been painting Hydro Flasks. And her friends Venmo her. Okay, so this is a good spot.
Yep. Let me get the camera closer.
Oh, and Alex, on that box on my kitchen table is the measuring. I can tell them the measuring of the swaddle. I'm really trying to hold Stan and Baby like I hold the baby. But don't be alarmed if you see a leg or an arm drop, because it's really hard to hold her like a baby. In that box, I think. So I swear this is not how I hold newborns. It's just tough because she's solid. She's a girl, but she might turn into a boy. Okay, so this I think is just a typical square swaddle. So this is 49. It's probably 49 by 49. How many are on right now, Alex? Yeah.
About 600.
So this is a typical square swaddle, 48, 49 by 49. I will measure the other swaddles that we have if you want to make your own. But this is going to be the swaddle most parents are going to have at home. So we want to just go in the middle of the swaddle. Oh my gosh, did you text him? You may need to call him, get his attention. This is real life. I'll just remind you. I've already cried today. Now I'm reprimanding my child. See, it's live. This is my life. Okay. So, again, I need a disclaimer. This is not how I handle babies. I'm really trying to handle her delicately. I think her name is Annabelle. Listen up, Annabelle. Okay, now you can, I like to swaddle, and see, I wouldn't do this if I had a newborn. And if I did, I would, where's my sanitizer? I put it, I would clean my hands if I touched my nose. If you touch your face, well, you'd have a mask on. You'd have a mask on so you wouldn't be touching your face. And if you did touch your face, then you would use a hand sanitizer. I caught myself. I'm like, oh, Alex is like, don't touch me. Okay, what was I saying? We're in the middle of the wrap. Oh, I'm going to show you a couple swaddles. This one is going to be with the hands out, but I'm going to show you my main swaddle with the arms down, which is my favorite swaddle. Okay, so hands here. You want to keep the hands under the chin. I see a lot of photos where the hands are on the face. This is the most important. So hands are under the chin, and we're crisscrossing the legs. Now, you never want to force a baby's legs. So if this was a real baby, I would feel the tummy and make sure the tummy's like a dough belly. I want it to be nice and soft. If the tummy is hard, that means the baby has gas. So you want to get the gas out. So we do a little bicycle to get the gas out. If there's anything you do, you should take newborn massage class. Be the best time you ever spent. We did it with my son. I'm trying to take a course to get certified on newborn massage. I was actually going to do it right before all this happened. So now it's going to be a little bit delayed because it was an in-person 4-day training so that I can be certified in neonatal massage. But you can watch tons of massage videos. And if you're a parent with gassy baby, let me tell you, I had 3 gassy babies, okay? So gripe water, best friend ever. It's ginger and fennel, all natural. You can usually get it in natural stores. I'll never forget my son. So Evan's 19 now. My pediatrician was Dr. O'Connell in Newport Beach. So I had a C-section, 23 hours of brutal labor. He almost died twice, no oxygen. It was horrible, horrible. So I get home, I'm a mess. I didn't expect to have a C-section, kind of missed that part in Lamaze. And I'm barely standing. I'm a mess. My husband's having to do everything. So we get to the first pediatrician appointment. Now, mind you, I never ate because I remember that morning of the checkup, I never ate. If you're in labor, you're going in labor, I don't know, before you check in that hospital, eat because you will never eat again. This is my biggest advice. I remember wanting breakfast and they kept going, oh, you can go home and get breakfast. You can go home and get breakfast. But then the fluid was low and then his heart rate would it. And then I tried to get Jell-O and I never got Jell-O. And I was in there for 5 days, like no food except Jell-O and soup. So when I got home, we lived in Huntington Beach. There was a steak sandwich place across the street. I'll never forget it. We lived on Bluffside Circle. There was this little shack that made cheesesteak sandwiches. What did I tell my husband to do? Get me cheesesteak sandwiches. I'm eating cheesesteak sandwiches. I'm eating pizza. I'm going to town. Evan's miserable. He's gassy. He's laying in bed with us all night long. He wouldn't go to sleep. It was a mess the first week we were home. So I go to the first doctor's appointment, 2 weeks. So I've been in the hospital 1 week and I've been home with a gassy baby the second week. No sleep, miserable. You know the type. If you have a gassy baby home, you don't know what to do. Do you sell yourself? What do you do? You sell your baby? What do? You're so miserable. Go to the doctor's office, and I'm just sitting there, like not saying a word. My husband's doing everything. She, at the very end of the appointment, she said, Miss Brandt, are you okay? I start bawling, sobbing. I'm like, I'm not okay. My boobs hurt because of the engorgement and the breastfeeding. My incision hurts because I had a C-section. I can't stand up. I can't walk. I have no family. My family's all in New York. My mom hadn't come yet. And my son is gassy and up all night, and I'm miserable. And she's like, okay, take a breath. What are you eating? And I'm like, whatever I want. And she's like, no, Anna. And battery?
Yeah.
Oh, no. So we go off and go on?
Yeah, just the the feed will turn off for a second.
Okay.
I mean, the video feed, but
I'm in the
they'll still
height
be
of my
curious.
story, Alex.
You can keep talking.
Oh, I can keep talking, but they can't see me?
The video's gonna cut out.
Okay,
Just
so-
a second while I change the battery.
Okay, so I'll keep telling you my story. So what happens is she gives me this list. I can put it in the school as well. And I've shared this list for 19 years. Some people will argue and they'll go, no, you can eat whatever you want. I disagree with that because like if you go to buy alcohol, what does the alcohol label say? Pregnant women should not have it. If you look at drugs, what does the label say? If you're pregnant, you should not take this. So there's warning labels for pregnancy, right? But food, they're like, eat whatever you want. Newsflash, I wish it was that easy. No, we found out, so she gave me this list and she was like, stay away from gassy vegetables, spicy, what else did she say? Tomato-based products, anything acidic, green beans, broccoli, asparagus, and so gassy vegetables, I know this list, why am I drawing like gassy vegetables, acidic, tomato-based products. There was also caffeine and chocolate on there, but I gotta tell you, I never stopped eating chocolate. It was totally fine. And I had already quit caffeine anyway. So I experimented. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go like 48 hours, you see a change. So I'm gonna go like 3 days and I'm just gonna eat bland. So like butter, toasted butter with, toasted bread with butter. I skipped the OJ. And I actually drank a lot of Gatorade because I was having problems with my joints. So when I would nurse, this is how I would nurse. I would be like this, right? Like most people nurse. So I would take Evan down and my hand, I'll never forget, I woke up in the middle of the night, my fingers were like this and I couldn't move them. And I was freaking out. And it would take 20 minutes for me to do this. So my husband had a holistic chiropractor and he said, your electrolytes are suffering. So he's like, drink Gatorade. That was like the best advice I ever had. I actually still take electrolytes tablets now. It doesn't happen to everybody, but I've had a couple of clients that this has happened to. And it worked for me. And then I would dilute it because a lot of sugar in the Gatorade, but the red, pure Gatorade was the only thing that cured my joints. And then from time to time, if I felt it, I would drink Gatorade. But always talk to your doctor. Always talk to your pediatrician. Always, 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 always. So talk to your pediatrician, or if you have a doula, or talk to a medical professional and say, my baby's gassy. What do I do? For me, personally, it was tomato-based products. So I'd go a couple days. Evan was perfect. I'd eat chicken. I'd eat tomato sauce with butter and basil. That became my best friend. I mean, tomato sauce. Spaghetti with butter and basil. That was like my best meal. Comfort foods, mashed potatoes, steak. Oh, that was another really good one. I learned to love avocado. Banana was great for sugar and filling, a starch. And then like 3 days, 4 days, I'd be like, oh, I feel great. I'm like the most amazing mother ever. Evan's sleeping. And then my husband would make this amazing tomato salad and he'd be like, oh, try some tomato salad. And then we'd be up all night. Or pizza. Or I was in a mom's group and they delivered lasagna to me and I ate lasagna and I was up all night. So then I was like, oh, here we go again. So you gotta just experiment and just pay attention to your baby. And if something's not right, call your doctor and then say, tell them what you're eating and drinking and say, should I avoid that? And just experiment and try and figure it out. And then when they're gassy, you can learn baby massage. Super important, go in circular motions. It's really hard to show on a baby, but I highly recommend taking a baby massage class. My point in saying all this is if a baby is really gassy and you do this, they're not gonna love you. They're gonna scream bloody murder because you're pushing on their belly. So be careful. And then the older the baby gets, the harder it is to curl up in a fetal position, which is why a lot of newborn photographers like teeny tiny babies. What I always tell my clients is just be realistic. If you're gonna go in for a 6-week session or a 2-month session, you have your favorite poses that you want the photographer to do. And then the photographer should say, I'll do my best, but I'm never gonna force the baby into a pose and I'm just gonna do whatever the baby is capable of. So I will usually do a bicycle and then curl the legs up. And I can usually get the legs kind of up here, nice and curly. But if the baby doesn't curl like this, it's okay. You don't wanna, like I said, ever force a baby into a position. And if you're going to a professional photographer and you feel like they're not handling your baby well, or you feel like they're being unsafe, speak up. And if you're a professional photographer, take classes, get educated and learn how to properly hold and care and wrap for a baby. So, hands under the chin. I'm gonna take one. Am I even? No, I'm not even. Well, let me take the hat off for a minute because her head is super slippery. So you want to start in the middle. lashes. See, I usually have an assistant. I usually have Estella. Estella's not with me today. She's home, and so it's really hard to do my job without Estella. Because if you've watched any of my videos, Estella is amazing. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is the middle. People always say I can't afford an assistant. I say you can't afford not to have an assistant because they will save you. Okay, I'm gonna just keep giving you my disclaimer that this is not usually how I handle a baby. Her leg is usually not backwards. This is a doll, so just be kind. I'm trying here. Okay, so hands under the chin. Okay. Now, I'm going to take this piece. I'm just grabbing a piece on one side. Okay. Am I still uneven? A little bit, but it should work. And I'm going to tie a little knot. Okay. Tie a little knot. Okay. Keep the hands out. Now, here, because these are way wider than a newborn wrap would be, I'm just going to roll this up, okay, and go here. So baby's a nice baby ball. And then I'm going to cross over, okay? And every time I do this, I do it a little bit differently. Crossing over and then wrapping around. Okay, wrapping here. Wrapping around. I guess I'll take a picture of her so you can see. And then you can tuck in behind or you can do a little knot. I'm going to do a little knot. And there's no stretch to this wrap at all. We photographers usually use stretch wraps, but this just goes to show you that you can wrap with anything. Okay, we'll put her little hat on, because I like her little hat. We'll take some pictures. Her hat's gray and the outfit's green, but that's all right. There she is. Okay, let's take a quick photo. Now, I want the light going down her head. You never want the baby's face directed at the light. So I would never photograph her this way because the light's going to go up her face. And if I photograph her this way, there's not enough light. You want an angle. I'm going to push the body down first. I always position the head last. So I'm always holding the head. And I don't let go of the head until everything else is good. Pushing down, and I just angle the head just a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to take a picture with my camera and my phone. I didn't even do any testing, so let's do a little. Oh, my camera's dead, honey. Honey.
Yes, dear?
Alex, we're live. Where is my battery? Did I bring it down? Let me go get it. It's fine. I'm sorry. I meant to say, Alex, see, we're live, Alex. Yeah, I can't be trusted live. Okay, let me get, I think it's in my bedroom. I'll be right back. I know, I'm not going to. Okay. I'm going up the stairs now. Hold on a second. I have no idea where I put my battery. Oh, it's in my bathroom. Okay, I'm gonna go tell Evan to be quiet. So you're upstairs with me now. Evan David Brandt. Darling, we're live. We're still live.
What?
We're still live.
I'm not talking that loud.
Quiet, a little quieter.
Oh my god.
Thanks.
Okay.
Yes, mother. Says yes, mother. He has headphones on, so he can't understand that he's talking very loud. Okay, I have my battery. This is in my bathroom. the stairs. Okay, Alex. I can't believe I said honey. Oh, you want to? Oh, sorry. Why am I handing it to you? I have my camera. That charger has your name on it, Alex.
Because this is my charger.
And
Yeah,
I don't even know whose charger is whose anymore. Well, except that it's both of our names on it. Did you put this on 3200? Or was that me?
this is whatever was left in.
Okay. Let's see what we got. Okay, so I always start, kind of my starting place is 200, 2.8, and then I go from there. My white balance, we're going to do Kelvin color temperature. I'm going to go to 5500. Way too dark. I'm at the widest aperture I can go. I'm at a 24 to 70 USM2. I like to be at 200 because if I do any less than that, I get a soft image. So my rule is I stay 200 shutter. My aperture is 2.8, and then the only variable left is my ISO. So now I'm going to go to 500. I'm teaching a portrait class right now in Belly Baby School, and that's one of the things I tell people is you have 3 variables, and you don't want to look at them, think about them all the time. So if you eliminate them, I eliminate 2 of my 3 variables because I say I don't want to be less than 200 because I don't want a soft image, and I'm a fast shooter, so if I'm less than 200, I get a soft image. My widest aperture is 2.8. If you're on a fixed lens, meaning a lens that only has one number, like a 50 or a 35 or 100, you can probably go to a wider aperture. And so how you can tell how wide your aperture is on your lens. Alex, can you point to my camera? So if you don't know, oh, can they see it?
Yeah.
If I do this?
Yeah.
If you don't know, if you're not sure, look at your lens. See how it says 2.8? It says it over there. That means that's the widest aperture I can go, okay? So if it said 1.5 or 1.0, I can go wider. The wider the aperture, the more light you can let in, but you have to be careful that it's not soft because it's going to give you a very shallow depth of field, which means everything's going to blur around it. So sometimes people, if they're at 1.8, it gets too soft because it's really blurring everything around it. So just be careful with that. I do have a Sigma 35. Oh, it's on the camera right now. What is the Sigma 35, Alex? 1.8? 1.4. So the the video that you're watching right now is coming through a 1DX, and it's a 35 millimeter 1.4 aperture. So if I was using that camera, I could go up to 1.4, but I probably wouldn't because I'd be worried that I'm going to lose too much baby. So 200, 2.8, my ISO is 640. Can they see the pictures?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. So I'm going to do an over and a side angle. Can they see me so they can see my angle?
Yeah, I mean, you're right in front of the camera.
Okay.
So you want me to move the camera over a little?
Just so they can see my angle. So I'll usually do 2 before I change something. So I'll usually do an over and a side angle. So I'll just do an over and a side angle. Now here's a fun idea for you. Ooh, the light changed. So I'm going to go to 500. Whoa, it really changed. That's the joy of natural light. So I actually just went down to 400. So here's the thing. If you can get a good photo like this at home, there's tons of digital backdrops out there that you can buy and put her in something else. And if you don't have that Photoshop skill, you can send it to a digital photographer and they'll do it for you. And so that's what's so great about digital backgrounds. The only challenge I have is that I don't want everyone's work to look the same. So that's why I don't use them. I make composites. Composite is like a dream catcher. When you shoot the dream catcher hanging and then you shoot the dream catcher on a stable environment and you merge them together. So I do composites, but I had stayed away from digital backgrounds until now because I felt like if everyone used them, everyone's work would look the same, and I like to make things unique. But because I have this extra time, I'm actually going to make some digital backgrounds and show photographers how to make them their own. Now, if I'm using an iPhone, I'm in portrait mode. So Alex, can you go over? Alex, do you have your phone? Can you take a picture of this to take a picture just for later? I want this and this. This is what I do with my clients all the time.
Next time,
Yeah?
if you tell me this ahead, there's actually an app that allows to capture your screen and transmit it live as well.
Oh,
But I didn't know you were going to do it.
darn. That's okay. We might be doing this every week. Okay, so I did portrait mode, and then I'm going to do a little angle, tap on the face. Now here's the thing. They can see my camera, my phone, Alex?
Yep.
So if I take this picture, but you can also click on this little sun and increase and decrease the light, okay? So you can adjust this, all right? Look at that angle. That's a really pretty angle. And then we can go and edit it. So you can do this with your phone. Look how cute she looks. I feel like she needs a different color behind her. Look, what if I do this? Let me just see the difference. You have to perfect your work. So even with this, I'm like, oh, I don't know if I like that. There's another guide that I've been working on called Perfecting Your Work, where I show things that I've changed. Maybe I'll put this one in the guide. Now, when you're shooting, keep those hands under the chin. That's kind of what I see from amateurs all the time. I can always spot an amateur depending upon where the hands are. You don't want the hands to be the focal point. The focal point is her face. Or his face. That's what you want to focus on. So keep those hands under. And my photographer students will always go, but Anna, the baby was crying and fussy and I want to get the shot. Okay, get the safe shot. And then perfect it. Okay, mama. So I like to angle the head a little bit. Okay, I'll do a quick camera photo, phone photo, see if we can see. Now, oh, this is a good one because she's flat back. So here's what I don't want to see. This is what a lot of people do. This is up the nose. See this shot? It's up the nose. This is not how we take pictures. And then you're going to go, oh, but I like her like that. But let me show you this. Okay. This is leaning over, and I say, photograph a baby like you're looking at them. Oh, see how much prettier she looks? This, can you see that?
Yeah.
This is how you look at a baby. So this is what you want. And we could actually take this and put this in a digital backdrop and it would be really pretty. So let me show you what I don't want to see is this. You want the baby to look alive. So when you're shooting under her nose, she's not looking nearly as amazing as she could if you're shooting over her. So you want to photograph a baby like you're looking at them. So this is how I look at them. I look at them like this. So I would put my camera directly over. This is how, whoa, that is way too bright. That was 200, 2.8, 400. Okay, so now I'm down to 200, 200, 2.8. So now I'm photographing a baby like I'm looking at them. And if you can't get that angle, then you would just put the camera like this. Can you see that? They can see the whole thing, right, Alex?
Yeah.
So you want the middle of your lens to go down to her nose. Like there's a string between the middle of your lens to her nose. And that's how you know you have the right angle. Doesn't she look so dreamy? I love this picture. And then we do our angle. When we do the angle, I wonder if you can bring the camera over this way. They can see my angle. I like to say the baby's face is over here in front of me. I like to say the baby's like at an 11 o'clock position. The head. So like if I'm going like this, I'm angling my camera down. And in my camera, she's at an 11 o'clock position so that her head is up. Does that make sense? Are you understanding me? Now, the other thing is, let's talk about focus points. People always say, where are your focus points? So if you look at my camera, I'm going to show you my focus points. Let's see if I can do this without Alex. Oh, I did it, Alex. Look, can you see that? Now, keep in mind, every camera is different. You see that? So I'm on a 5D Mark IV, and I use 9 points. And I'm right in the middle. So these 9 points cover her whole body. I can rotate those points wherever I want. but the 9 points really cover her whole face. So I do not do single point focusing. I also don't do back button focusing. People ask me why, and I just don't have any reason for either one of them. So now I have another idea. Let's say you don't want to disturb your baby, and you don't want to touch him because you're afraid your baby's going to wake up. But you want to add some flowers. So what we're going to do, I'm in my other room. I brought home these flowers from the studio. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. Okay, so.
Do you recommend to take detail shots from the 24-70?
Yeah, I do it all the time. We'll do some. Okay, so let's say you want flowers in the picture. You can just hang the flowers over and just put them in the corner of your frame. They're a little dark over there. Maybe try them this way. Let me try them this way. I think I'd want them on both sides. Let me try both sides. Hold on. See, this is why I have an assistant. Alex, can you hold? This is why you need like your husband or an assistant. Alex is not my husband. I just call him honey all the time by mistake. Don't get in front of the camera. Look, oh, I still have the tag on the light. Okay, you're gonna go like that. I wanted my girls to help, but I needed them to take the dogs. Because if you know my dogs, they're obnoxious. All right, come closer, closer. Oh, the light. Oh, we're both blocking the light. Hold on. So close. All right, I'm going to go here, and you're going to go. You have a lot of green. So let's go more this way. A little higher. Yeah, hold on. No, that's like an epic fail because we're blocking our own light. So let's try, let's just do this because we're blocking our light. So we're going to say no to that little. You can do it, but here's another idea. This is what I would do. I would like, oh, you're at home. You probably don't have like a boom stand. You just get your children and you tell them to hold the flowers around. If you don't have children, ask your husband. And if you don't have a husband, tape them to the wall and let them fall over. Let me see your home experiments. I hope people will show me photos that they've done. Let's see. Ooh, that's looking good. Our light just like vanished. Okay, that's super yummy. I like that. Okay. I think I can work with that. I wonder. Oh. Aha. Or we can just pop them all off. See, this is how you can just be creative in your home. You know, you can just go like, you're probably going to wake up in the middle of the night with ideas. Because I do all the time. And then I just write them down in a notebook and be like, oh, I should do this and this and this and this. And now you can, like, everything is on sale, like everywhere. Your photo sessions are on sale, your props are on sale. And you're like, well, I have no money. Okay, so now you have to think of ways you can make money. If you can knit, you can sew, you can paint, you can teach. Okay, I like this. All right, and then I'll show you our swaddles and how to do the basic swaddle, and I'll show you the measurements. And then we'll do a prop shot. Okay. Oh, that's pretty. That's much prettier. too bright. And then we'll do a little angle. Much better. See, even I have failed experiments. Much better. So, very simple setup. Everybody has fake flowers somewhere. And basic wrap, swaddle, okay? Now, let me show you a swaddle with the arms down. Okay, so we're going to rewrap her. Making a big mess in my house. Just for those who are doing this at home, hopefully your partners don't get upset with the mess you're making. Tell them creatives always make a mess. In fact, the more creative you are, the messier you get. And I'm pretty type A. I'm a total type A Virgo, but I know how to make a mess. My husband can attest to that. Okay, so now that I've ripped apart all my flowers, I really like those gray flowers. Okay, let's do basic swaddle. So Alex, you're gonna have to move the camera. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put an outfit underneath her. This is what I do for my clients as well. So if you're at home, find your favorite outfit. This, of course, is from my store. It's in AnnaBrandtBoutique.com and it's in BellyBabywear.com. So I'm actually going to put the outfit on, wrap her, get a wrapped shot, and then get an outfit shot. Because that's what you have to do because you don't want to like wake up the baby. Oh, should we do a quick detailed shot? Like someone was asking about details. Let's do that real quick. I'll show you that. So detail, we'll get a little gray heart, let's say. I'll do her toes before I wrap her. Well, I'll get her in the outfit and then I'll do the toes. How are we doing out there? Are you learning something today? Is this helping? Give me your feedback. Tell me what you're thinking. Tell me it's helping because this is a lot of work. Yes. Good question.
What do you do when the colors of the fur and the wrap don't exactly match?
Well, you could do two things. One is you could do color change. There's a lot of actions out there. Like I use lsp-actions.com. And if this was, let's say, cream, I could change it blue in like 1 minute very easily. Maybe I can even do a little video and show you how to do that. With the outfits, I always do the diaper on, but I forgot to bring home a diaper. So what I would do is I'd keep the diaper on and then I'd put a diaper cover. These are from my shop, of course. If you don't have a diaper cover at home, you can just use the diaper, or you can do naked and put the breast pad in there. So let's say she has a diaper cover on. Okay, so you don't see the diaper.
Someone said something that you mentioned a coupon for the boutique.
Yeah, I have to think of what it is. I made a 15% coupon, and I do not know what it is. But I can find out. I wonder if my designer is watching. If my designer is watching, Kelly, she made my postcards that have the coupon on it. She'd know. But I can look it up, and I think the best thing you should do is register with bellybabyschool.com. It's free because I can put all the links and all the resources and the discount coupons and all that in there. I can do that today. Today, my daughters get their Easter present. Do you know what their Easter present is? They're getting bunnies. So we had bunnies for years. We had this cute little hutch. And then my clients adopted our bunnies. And they want a dog, but we already have 2. And we have a hamster and a lizard. My kids really just want a farm. Ava wants a horse. If they could live on a farm, they'd be really, really, they'd homeschool the rest of their lives if they could live on a farm. Because they're actually doing really good with homeschooling. I don't even have to help them. But we don't have a farm. I told my husband, by the time this is done, we're going to have a farm. So we're getting baby bunnies. Yesterday they went and bought a cage, and it's in Ava's room, and they ordered this hutch on Amazon. I don't know where that's going. And we're adopting 2 baby bunnies today. Well, not babies, but we're adopting because bunnies don't have homes. There's a lot of pets that don't have homes right now. So we wanted to adopt, but we couldn't do a cat, because that would be a disaster, because the cat would be gone out my back. And a 3rd dog is a little bit much. We tried a bird, the bird died. That was tragic. We've had frogs. We have a whole cemetery. We do. We have the Brandt cemetery. It's at our old house. It even has little plots on it. I think in our cemetery we have a bird, 2 hamsters, and a frog. Oh, and a lizard. I think we have a lizard there too. It's really sad.
Where do they get the furs from?
Mimosa House. He's local. He's in Irvine. He has like tons of stock. So we're getting 2 rabbits today. But I will update the site and get all the coupons and all that stuff. Swaddle, basic swaddle. I want arms down to the side. And I'm actually probably going to double wrap her. Oh, shoot, but I wanted to use this Easter set. That's okay, that's okay. Oh, I want to do the feet too. See, all these ideas?
That's going to be able to watch this later.
Yes.
Dinner time.
Yes. Have dinner. Go have dinner. I'll still be here. Just kidding.
24 hours.
24 hours live. Okay, let's do the toes. It's going to be like the Truman Show.
Yeah.
We say my whole life is like that anyway. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. That's why I say whenever we're international, I tell the kids, good morning, good afternoon. Because I'll be like, Eva, did you go to acting today? And she'll be like, Mom, it's Saturday, acting Sunday. I'll be in Asia and I'll be like, oh yeah. They always get mad at me. They're like, Mom, it's like breakfast. I'll be like, did you eat dinner? They're like, we're just waking up whenever I leave the country. So I just start saying, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. And of course, she doesn't want to hold her feet.
How important is the histogram to you?
Well, keep in mind, I mean, it's important, but I don't really look at it. I never even looked at them because I used to be film. So film, we never looked at the histogram. I used a light meter. So when I went to digital, I don't think I've ever looked at my histogram on my camera once. I just know exposure, and I want good exposure. I don't want over, and I don't want under, and I want good exposure. The reason I know exposure is because I used a light meter for 5 years. So if you don't know exposure or you don't understand exposure, your histogram should be pretty important. You don't want to blow out your whites, and you want to have good detail in your shadow. So it's important. But I'm used to not using it because keep in mind I shot film for 15 years. And when I learned how to use a light meter, that was like the best thing in the entire world. And then when I went digital, oh my gosh, it was so hard because I overexposed everything. And so I would just have to light meter everything with digital until I figured it out. You don't want to be, like I said, you don't want to be overexposed and you want good detail in the shadow. I'm at 200, 2.8, 500.
I love this question.
Yes.
Where do you go? Do you have a manager who monitors all your businesses?
No. It's me, myself and I. I wish I did. That would be wonderful. I do not. It's all me. It's a great question. I do not have a manager. I can barely have an assistant, let alone a manager. It's a good question. No. People always ask me, who does all your social media? I'm like, me? Amy Cho helps with Belly Baby Wear because she manages our store. So she does a lot of the reposting of photographers. And she does the Belly Baby Wear social, but I do everything else. Okay, so I'm just obsessed with time management and time blocking. Okay, so we'll do a little heart. So this is, people always ask what focal length I'm at. I'm at a 70 right now. Beautiful. Get a good heart. Okay, so we got that. We'll do her hands. Parents, get your hands, get your feet. Keep in mind, you can do this with an iPhone. So if I show you her feet on an iPhone, let's do portrait mode. And let's get her feet. Look at that. That's why we love portrait mode. Look at those feet. I'm portrait mode. You see that, Alex?
Yeah.
So you can do it with your phone. If you have portrait mode. If you don't.
I want to see you edit some photos from this session.
From the app or for the both?
I think,
Okay.
just from this session.
Yeah, okay. So what I'm going to do, we can't do it live because I don't have time because we have a bunny appointment at 1:30. What time is it now, Alex?
It is 12:30.
Oh, okay. So we have to finish in a half hour. But I can, when I come back, I'll be home. I'll be home for the next month. When I come back tonight, I'll do some editing videos.
Are you doing boy stuff for this as well?
Yes, I have a boy outfit. Yeah, because the boy, actually, I want to go outside. Boy, I wanted to do bucket and outside. So let's do a swaddle with her. This is what we'll do. Let's get a game plan. Are you ready? I have a bucket from Michael's. You want to see my bucket? This is Michael's, people. Can you see this, Alex?
Yeah.
This is Michael's. So we're going to do boy with the bucket. I'll show you two things you can do with the bucket. Oh, okay, I'll show you before I do the swaddle. So I used to wrap buckets. Then I came up with our bucket wraps. So I was obsessed with wrapping buckets because I would travel all over the world and I would get some crazy things. I'm going to put the, at least not smother the baby. It's really hard working with it all. Okay, so this is a wrap from my shop. It's a super long wrap because I like long wraps. I'll measure it for you. But you can wrap a bucket. So you just go like this. And ta-da! You have a completely different bucket. Okay? So you can wrap this bucket. We ended up making bucket covers because I travel so much. I told my assistant, can you just, because here's what was happening. I was in Bali and I would wrap my buckets, but then I needed the wraps for the babies because in Bali I did like, I don't know, how many babies? So many babies. And I was using all my wraps for the bucket and then I couldn't use them on the babies. So that was getting frustrated. But if you're a stay-at-home, you can use a potting plant, you can use a bucket, you can use a mop bucket, make sure it's clean, and then you wrap it with material. You can wrap it with their baby's blanket. There's so many things you can wrap. But we did bucket covers with wraps because then it was just a lot easier when I travel. This is at bellybabywear.com, and I think we have 20%, 30%. I know there's a sale. Like, okay, Alex, hand me that blanket. That's Olivia's mermaid blanket. Yeah. So I'm making a mess. It's a good thing my husband's not home. Look, this is my daughter's mermaid blanket. You know the mermaid blankets that you see? She has one. So you could put the bucket in here. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? It's just a blanket in the house. The possibilities are endless. You could paint a bucket. You could get stencils. Look, you could tell I'd be traveling with it. You could stencil this, paint it. This is Michael's, you guys. Okay?
So, a few questions.
Yes? Let me measure these wraps.
So I used to do many photo shoots with my daughter when she was tiny, but it's so hard now. She is 1. Any tips?
Oh my gosh, 1 is so hard. Okay, you need help with a 1-year-old because 1-year-olds really don't care. They don't really care what your agenda is. And 1-year-olds like to move quickly, and you can't bribe a 1-year-old because they don't have that cognitive ability yet. So, gosh, I remember Evan's 2-year-old. I cried when the photo session was done. The 1 year, okay, here's my advice for 1 year. What do they like? Like my girls are really into baby dolls. So I have the most amazing photos with them with their baby dolls. You've got to sneak up on them like a ninja. Do not plan a photo session. It's never going to happen and you're going to be crying in the corner. I'm telling you this parent to parent, mom, dad, I don't care who you are. They're on to you. They're well aware of your intentions. So if you try to have a planned photo shoot, it's never going to happen, okay? If you want them to smash a cake, They're going to cry, all right? So first comes acknowledgement that this is all going to happen. Second, don't plan it. There's no planning going on. Third, be ready at all times, because here's the thing about 1-year-olds, 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds. At some point in the day, they're going to do something amazing, and you're not even going to see it right away. They're going to be playing with their baby doll. They're going to be playing blocks. They're going to be sucking their thumb, looking outside. They're going to be discovering their toes. They're going to find a piece of lint on the floor and think it's fascinating. When they're doing something that they think you're not paying attention, that's where you're like a ninja. You if they're into phones, you just got to be like pretending like you're texting your girlfriend. You can even fake talk to your phone and be like, yeah, hi mom, how are you? How's things going, mom? Yeah, it was a great day, mom. And you're like, you catch the photo, okay? That's my tip for 1-year-olds. Okay, next question.
Where do you get those little pillows from? I think the ones that are in the book.
Oh, good eye. This is Little Prop, littleprop.com. These are from my store. I promise you I'll do the resource list, you guys. These are Bambinas. I had them developed in a medical facility. So these are not latex or anything. They're in a medical company. And they're for under the head. Like when you position baby on the floor. The reason I contacted this company is they make surgical equipment for neonatal. So they have donuts that go under the head when babies are in surgery. So this is our one for toddler and adults, and this is for babies. So that way when I'm working with baby on the floor, something's always under the head. This is bellybabywear.com, and this is Little Prop.
The fabric that you wrap the bucket in, is it cotton or woolen? I think the first one. I think that's what
This? Stretch knit. But I have so many things, you guys. I have so many things here. Oh my gosh. My cleaning lady was just here. This is jersey stretch. This is stretch. This is stretch. They're all just stretch. This is just knit. And this I'm going to measure, because in my shop I just have them make them super long because I've been around the block long enough. So this length, is this from my shop? It is. I just don't even know if we have any left. This is,
Unless you do a shot in the bucket.
yeah, I will. Gosh, this is like 95 inches long. And the width is like, this is really long. I have our regular wraps too, I'll pull. This is like 24 inches wide. Usually wraps are like 24 inches wide. I know I brought a regular wrap. This is 24 inches wide. And the length, 72 there. And 80 inches long. But you know what I didn't bring? I didn't bring my thing from Modest Little Me, the bucket poser. Because I didn't think anyone would have that at home. That's okay, I can show you bucket posing, because they're not gonna have this at home. So this was 80 inches wide. What was the question?
Do you always use your...
Yeah, I mean, home sessions, I like the Sigma 35, because Sigma Art Lens, because it allows more light, and most people don't have good light in their home. So I do love, here's the thing. With new photographers, I tell them you should start with a range first, and then get a fixed. A lot of people do it reverse. They get their 50 and then they hate it because it's hard to shoot down on a 50 unless you're on a ladder. 35 is good. But I like ranges. I do a lot of pregnancy and I do a lot of family newborn, so that's why I like the range. We're going to do a basic swaddle. Basic swaddle, arms are to the side. When I'm not showing the arms, I'm going to do a basic swaddle because baby is much more content doing the arms. A lot of photographers tell me they wrap like this and then babies bust out of it. I'm never going to wrap like this. There's no reason for me to wrap like this. I'm either going to show the hands or I'm not. I just don't know what the purpose of wrapping in the chest is. I haven't figured that out. So I just go across. I never go across the neck. I always go across the chest. Always want to keep those airways clear. Hands are down to the side. I want a nice round ball. I say I want a baked potato, not a yam. I'm going to wrap across. Use your tummy. A lot of people say they can't wrap on the lap because they don't have a lap, so you can do a bed or a sofa or wherever you're comfortable. And then I'm just going to swaddle. Now I'm actually going to give her, I'll take that headband off. The head would never do this in real life, so don't be alarmed by her head. I'm actually going to just do a double swaddle. So first is just to get her arms in. Okay, she's in there. And now I'm just going to crisscross and just wrap around the top. So I love to do second wraps, especially bigger babies, 8, 9 pounders and above. I almost always do double wrap, almost always, because I can get them in there. I can get a 3-month-old double wrapped. So, because by 3 weeks, they're going to start wiggling around and moving around and exercising their arms and discovering they can do things. And so I like to double wrap and just get them all in there. Just keep crisscrossing around. That's why I like how long this wrap is, because you can do a nice crisscross. Okay. There we go. Now we can do our little Easter bonnet. I'm kind of bummed because I wanted her to hold the bunny. So I really wanted to do this with her arms out, but that's okay. We'll do this and then we'll do the boy over the bucket and the boy outside and then we'll go. I know you just want me to stay in line all day, but my girls will be back soon. Oh, did the girls text you? Tell them we'll probably still be live till 1. Make sure they get lunch. And if they're getting lunch, tell us what they're getting. And actually ask Evan if he wants food too. Just say if they get lunch to tell us what they're getting. So cute. All right, I'll do this. Oh, did I bring any baskets home? I did not. I was going to say, I'd usually do this like in a basket, but I didn't bring any home. So if you have a basket, we'll tell her we'll be done filming at 1. We don't have to leave for the bunnies till I think 1:15. Actually, no, we should leave at 1 because if we're late, we miss our appointment. You have a 5-minute window. You can't be late.
They don't have money.
Oh, they don't have a card or anything?
No, I picked it up.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. They can. Oh, do I have money in my car? Tell her to check my car. Is there money in my car? Usually they have money in the car. Shooting way over her. Can you see? Can they see me? They can see how far over I am? Shooting down the face. Not up the face, down the face. 200, 2.8, 640. She looks soft. Let me fix that. And there she is. Super cute. 200, 2.8, 640. White balance 5,500. We'll do a quick iPhone shot. I'll do a horizontal shot. Leaning over with my phone. So cute. How cute is that on the phone? See? You can do it on the phone.
They're asking about the diffuser in the window.
Yep. What's the question?
What is it? Where can I go?
Okay, so if they just go on Amazon and type in diffuser, what they should do is say, look for a 5-in-1. Because with a 5-in-1, you're going to have reflector and diffuser. So can you maybe turn the camera this way for a minute? So So if you get a 5, this is not a 5-in-1, but if you get a 5-in-1, you would have a diffuser inside of here. You have gold on one side, silver on the other. So if we needed more light over here, we would, Alex, go back to the window. You would do this. Let's say we just didn't have enough light. We would put a silver reflector over here. The light would bounce back, okay? Like if I put this under my face, can you see how it wraps and gives you light? So silver, most people in the fashion world use gold. But if you go to Amazon and type in 5-in-1, you'll get the reflector in silver and gold and the diffuser. You can just buy the diffuser, but I don't recommend it because you're always going to want to diffuse and reflect at some point. So sometimes in a home session, I'll have a silver reflector here and the diffuser here. And if you're going on location, use more than one. So like this is my location one, and then I have a perfect white clean one for client's house. Okay, so baby boy, I didn't bring any baby boy outfits because I don't know why. But we'll do, I wonder, I didn't bring a green wrap either. I have boy blue. I'm just wondering if I could make an outfit and I could put him outside in that hammock and do a bucket. So let me see. This is cheesecloth, dyed cheesecloth. You could dye your wraps. So let's say you're cutting up, like my kids have these stretch flannel sheets. Oh my gosh, I just want to cut them all up and dye them. You could dye anything. I'm wondering if I can make a baby boy outfit for that. Because I was thinking I was going to do, okay, well all right, I'll save outside for the very end. Let me do bucket inside. Okay, so bucket, I don't need an outfit. Let's do cameo bucket inside. I'll show you that. Where am I going to do the bucket? I have no backdrops. That's okay. I can do it right on the floor. I could do it on my fireplace. Well, you don't really want to put a baby on your fireplace.
I guess they had cash and they ate before.
Oh, so they're out of cash?
So they're not hungry.
Oh.
But they're out of money now, I think.
Okay. Oh, no. I'm not hungry at all. So tell them to come home at 1. Or they can come home. Huh? It's 15 minutes? We can do this in 15 minutes. No problem. I'm just going to do 2 more. I know you guys want me to stay on all day, but now I've like totally trashed my house. And I can't clean it up until I come back, but that's okay. And because with the adoption right now, you have to have an appointment because you can only let like 2 people in, or no, you can't have more than 5 people. And if you're late by 5 minutes, your appointment's out. They're very strict. It's not open to the public. So we had to call, we had to make an appointment. No more than 5 people, nobody old, only young. So I had to tell them who was coming, how old they were. We had to pick our bunnies ahead of time without meeting them. So the girls were like, well, we want to meet them and their personalities. Very strict rules, so. But they'll be entertained with their bunnies and I can edit. And then we have to go on our walk. We've been walking every day. Yes.
Someone asked, what's the reason you put the diffuser on the outside instead of inside?
Oh, because it was dirty. That's all I got. Okay, now this bucket, if I put her in, she's going to fall right in. It's a he now. So you got to fill it with something. So we'll fill it with your swaddle.
You put your ISO on auto.
Never. Never. No TV, no AV, and no P. I like complete control. So no, I have not used auto. Okay, I'm just filling it with swaddles. Okay? And I'm going to put this here because you see that? You don't want a baby's chin on that. So you need to make it soft. So you got to, at my studio, I use the bucket poser from Modest Little Me, but I did not bring it because I didn't think that moms at home would have one, but you could order one. I'll put the link in there. She has this amazing bucket poser, but I didn't think of it. I went to my studio 4 times because I kept forgetting things, and I made a list. Okay, so bucket. If you're at home, you got to kind of feel the baby. So like if you overstuff it, the baby's going to fall out. And then you should really do this with a spotter. Like, you really should not do this alone, because you can't take a picture of a baby and spot that baby, and they can lift up, they have reflexes, and they can fall out of the bucket. It's too dangerous. Do not do this. Do not do this alone. Promise me you're going to do this with somebody. Okay, I'm just going to use my floor, okay, because I do not have a backdrop. And I'm going to show you the bucket. Okay. It's alive. Ooh, this is where we may need a reflector because we don't have a lot of light down here. So I actually may see this reflector was saying, use me, use me. See, it's hard to do. If you're a single mom at home with a new baby, it's going to be challenging. Don't try risky things. Just try safe things. Pictures of the baby in the crib. Roll the bassinet to the window. You can use your bed. You're just looking for just simple photos. I don't know if there's enough light down there, Alex. Let me take a test picture. Oh my God, it's so dark down there. Okay, I can pull the light. I'm just gonna have to go higher on my ISO and probably use a reflector. Okay. She looks so pretty. You're not on the baby, right? Can you see me right now? Alex, can you see me right now? No, you don't need to see me. I'm unwrapping her.
Yes, but I mean, you can.
Oh, you can?
Funny at the bucket.
Oh.
Now we're just getting your butt.
Oh. It's always my butt, man. Hey, I've lost 5 pounds so far. If I lose 5 pounds a week, I'll be at losing my 20-pound goal. We've been walking every day. We're up to almost 3 miles now. So my goal, I have 50 more pounds to go. Just stupid little pounds that, I don't know, they don't belong on my body. And I don't eat that much. I eat like kind of once, maybe twice a day.
They're asking again, will you be showing editing for these photos and just cropping, getting rid of background?
I will do some editing with videos in Belly Baby School, yes. So if you have not signed up for the free course, please do it.
Is it worth investing in a stand-in baby as a beginner?
I mean, if you have the money, sure. If I had the stand-in baby when I started out, I think it would help me a lot. I didn't have anything. I started out with nothing, and then I had my son. Okay, here's the thing. Oh, I have to get my yoga ball. I always get in position before I do the bucket. So we may not shoot outside. I may have to do a digital outside, but I'll go show you outside what I'm thinking, because I think those are going to be digital backgrounds and composites anyway. Okay, so look. You can see me, Alex? I always get the baby in position on my lap first. Super important. Muy importante. Because I want to get the baby in position, because if they're not going to do it for me, they're not going to do it in a bucket. This goes to whatever pose you have. Is any pose I'm doing, there's a little hammock outside that I'll show you. Dream catcher, bucket, anything like this, any prop, I get them in my hands first. I want to get the hands under the chin. Because if I do this and baby's crying, he's not going to go in the bucket. So if he was crying, I would bounce. Whenever you bounce, you always hold the head. You never want to bounce and let that head go. Head's super important. So if I'm bouncing, I'm holding the head. If I'm bouncing and the baby's on my chest, I'm holding the head. You're always holding the head, and it's a very light bounce. Very light. Just like, it would be just like if you're standing bouncing the baby. It's the same thing. You're just doing it here. You're not meant to go crazy. You're just, if you were standing bouncing baby, you would be standing doing this. Shh, 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 shh. It's the same if you're in the yoga ball. Shh, We want to get the knees under. Okay. Oh, the light just really went. I mean, I could bring the bucket over to that door over there.
The bucket is just Michael's bucket, right?
Yep. What do you think, Alex? Should we go over to the door? Because it's like dark over here. How hard would it be to move the camera? We're going to just go to the light. I'm just going to go here. I need to get the diffuser, but this will be good because the window's here and have the light going across. And then we got it. I just have to not shoot the sofa. Oh, that looks really pretty. I'm gonna move the sofa. Can you grab the diffuser? We could just lay it. Yeah. You just tape it right here. Is that a spider web? Inside or outside? Can't tell. Okay. There we go. Okay, so I wonder, you're on my bad side, Alex. That's all right. Okay, can they see me, Alex? I'm covered in lint. Okay.
Yeah.
Even though you're on my bad side. You're on my bad side. It's okay. Huh? I know. Sorry. I'll apologize in advance that he's on my bad side. Oh, it'd be too hard to go out my front door. That's beautiful when you open the door. The light down the hallway. You could?
I think so. I think it'll reach. This is like a 15-foot cord, and I'm right there. So.
Shoot. Okay.
It might be a little distance.
What time is it? Do we have time?
It's like almost.
Oh my gosh. Let me just look at my front door. Because my front door, when you open it, it's really pretty. Hold on. Oh my gosh. They're probably outside. Yeah. Put the diffuser behind me. Can we do it? Here, before we go out front, can we show them out back real quick? This is what I was going to do. We don't have time for it today. And it's too bright. We have to do it at night. But I could probably, maybe I'll do outdoor newborns another time. How about that? So we've been working on my garden. Oh. So we made a garden the other day. So this is my garden. But I'm going to put a dream catcher hanging on my tree. And then this hammock was on Amazon, and I had Alex cut the legs down. It's actually a seat on Amazon. And I had Alex cut the legs down so it could go right in my bushes. So, but you can't shoot here till like 6 o'clock at night. It's just too bright. So maybe we'll do outdoor later. So if you look at the front door, there's a ton of light coming in. We have a dumpster out there because we've been cleaning the house. You sure it can go?
It should be pretty close. I don't know how close, but.
Okay. We're almost done. We're doing in the doorway. Oh, okay, okay. Like this. do this super quick. Huh?
Just careful with the cable.
And then Alex, I'm gonna have to run and leave you. Just let the dogs in. Oh, my camera will go?
Yeah, I should get pretty close to.
So here's the thing about newborn home sessions. You gotta find the light. When I go to a client's house, I don't even walk in with my camera. I walk in and my staff and we look at my client's home. The picture that we used in this ad was at my client's home. And when we got to her home, okay, I'm gonna shoot here then. And when we got to my client's home, we just walked in my client's home. Look, you find the light, and we did her entire session in her daughter's, in her daughter's room upstairs, the entire session. So when I go to a client's home, I just find the light. I think this is too far. I just stay there and I move closer. Oh no, the camera, shoot. Okay, baby, bottom first. Bottom first. Always hold the head. Okay, so bottom first. You always hold the head and you get these hands under like this. I have a whole class on prop posing in the school. You don't want to just let those hands flop. You want the hands to go under the head. That's the key. Get the hands under the head. Okay? The hands have to be under the head. Got that? Then you've got to shoot to wherever the head is. I think the biggest part is the angle. Because if the head is going up, that's where you go up. Now just imagine I have a spotter with me. Diffuser. Oh, no. Why did I do this? Then the light's in the face. Then the light's in the face. That's not going to work. Okay. We'll do it sideways. I don't know what I was thinking. It's okay. We'll do it this way. Because then we get the sideways. Okay. See? Sometimes it takes me a minute too. There we go. Don't forget to take these, Alex. Those two things. Okay, so there we go. We open the door. And I have done many client sessions in the doorways. You got to find the light. His head is going up, so I want to shoot down his face. Whoa. It was set for the other room. Ah, can you grab the reflector? This is a perfect example of the reflector. Although if you're at home, oh, Alex, bring the reflector and I'll go get tinfoil. Pretend there's a spotter on the baby. This is what I did in my portrait class. Because what if they're at home and they don't have a reflector? Remember Peru, Alex? Remember we used tinfoil in Peru? Yes. Remember we didn't have any reflectors? Oh, yeah. So look, wait. If you don't have, because you see how dark it is? Alex, can you hold here? Because your spotter is going to hold your tinfoil. Look at that beautiful light. And you can wrap it around a little bit. And see how I'm up shooting down in, okay? Because if I was here, I would shoot up the baby's nose. You don't want that. You want to shoot right down the baby's face. And then you can shoot in the shadow and get a profile. Now, if you were doing a reflector, it would be the same thing. You would put a reflector here and bounce the light and get the same results. See if I can do it myself. Wrap it around. Okay? So there you go. You can get a reflector, and until then, tinfoil. So, I don't know where 2 hours went. I do have to go. I hope you learned something today. Did you learn something? Please tell me you learned something. Mamas at home with your babies, you can capture your babies when they're sleeping in bed. We haven't even done mom and baby shots. That's a whole other class. sibling shots at home. I can do that too. I can do studio light at home. There's so many things that you can do at home. There's so many things you have around the house that you can use. Your wraps, your swaddles, your boppies, your little head cushion pillows that you use in the car seat, those could go under the head. Those could go in the bucket. And just capture the moment. I mean, this is your life. You've got to capture it. And the minute photographers are able to shoot, photographers do it safely. Wear your masks. Be protective at all times. There's nothing worth risking anyone's health. Let's just try to be as safe and healthy as we can be so we can all get through this together. My name is Anna Brandt, and I hope you learned something today. If nothing else, thanks for spending a couple hours with me. And I don't even know how many countries we're on. I think probably over 30, 40, but thank you for watching around the world. We love you, and we thank you for your support. Well done, Alex. Good job.